All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another YouTube Mr. Hoffman production. Today is the second day of our line drawing unit, and we're going to learn about drawing value with line. First, you have to understand what value is. Value, I guess I got to draw upside down. Value is how light or dark an object is. So value can be dark, value can be light, and value can be anything in between. Now, when you're drawing with a pencil, it's very easy to control the value. The darker you press, the harder you press, the darker the value. And then the lighter you press, the lighter the value. We will learn more about that when we do our three-dimensional form unit later on in the quarter, in the semester. But we are using our markers. We're not going to be able to get dark or light because it's either black or it's white. It's on or it's off. So in order to create, we can't do shading. We can shade with a pencil. Can't shade with a marker. We're drawing lines. So today's lesson, we're going to learn how to create value with just using lines. And what I have you start doing on today's exercise sheet, there are two things. First, there's a value scale like this. I'm just going to ask you to create different little squares of dark, medium dark, And so what you do, since you can't shade, pressing is not going to get any darker for you. To give it the illusion of more darkness, you're going to draw the lines very close together. The closer you draw the lines, the darker it will appear. Now I'm spreading the lines out a little bit more. And you see, as I bring it close up, it doesn't look to have the same effect. But as we get farther and farther away, that illusion really starts to take shape. But basically, the closer you draw the lines, the darker it will appear. So that's the first part of today. And the reason I asked you to draw a checkerboard pattern this morning is I just wanted to see how, if you were just using lines, how did you resolve the fact that you needed dark and light? So here's a very, very little segment of a checkerboard. But basically, you can obviously color it in. That's as dark as you can go, but if you wanted something that's not full on black, then you would just draw the lines very close together, and you would have a gray looking thing. But the second part of today's assignment, it asks you to draw some cylinders. Now this is a tricky shape, and again, today's is not our 3D drawing lesson. So I'm actually going to draw one for you. I'll put it on the screen. If you want, you can pause it and you can trace it, because my goal today is not to teach you how to draw a three-dimensional object. My goal is to teach you how to put value around that three-dimensional object. So if you want to pause it now and just trace that shape 6 times or 5 times or however many times it is asking you to do that on today's exercise sheet. Now, my favorite one of the cylinders is kind of blocked off. You'll see when you open the sheet, there's like another one in front of it. So I'm going to draw that one now. And basically the point is we want it to feel like it's round. So we're going to start dark by drawing lines close together and make it light by spreading it out. So I'm going to freehand it. If you want to use a ruler, you're more than welcome to do that. You see, I'm spreading the lines out as I make my way around the cylinder. I could have drawn upside down just so it could give you a better view, but you can see just by drawing the lines, we have this illusion of a shadow here that comes around. Maybe if I want to get cute, a little bit on top. But when we study light and shadow, then we'll learn a little bit more about how that would work. We'll actually set up real objects and we'll take a look at them. But that's going to be today's assignment. Again, if you need to trace that cylinder, just the outline, pause it and do so. And do it a number of times and do all the exercises on today's sheet. And enjoy the continued journey of line drawing.